In this video, we pay tribute to the legendary wrestlers we've lost in recent years, celebrating their immense impact on the wrestling world. We also bring you heartfelt updates about Damian Priest, whose recent news has deeply moved fans everywhere. Join us as we honor their remarkable lives and lasting legacies. Don't forget to subscribe and help keep their inspiring stories alive for future generations. Dick Slater, born Richard Van Slater on May 19, 1951, was a prominent figure in American professional wrestling from the 1970s through the mid-1990s. Raised in Tampa, Florida, Slater's passion for wrestling took root early, training alongside Mike Graham at Robinson High School. He further honed his skills while attending the University of Tampa with fellow wrestler Paul Orndorff. Slater made his professional debut in 1972 with Championship Wrestling from Florida, CWF, quickly making a name for himself by capturing the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship and the NWA Florida Television Championship. His natural charisma and technical prowess earned him a spot in Georgia Championship Wrestling, GCW, where he spent 8 years dominating the scene. During his time in GCW, Slater became a 4-time NWA Georgia heavyweight champion and collected multiple tag team titles, showcasing his versatility as both a singles and tag competitor. His career extended beyond Florida and Georgia as Slater wrestled for other major promotions such as Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Notably, he participated in the very first Starrcade event, one of WCW's flagship shows. Slater also had a brief stint in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he adopted a rebel persona before returning to WCW. Despite his in-ring success, Slater's life was clouded by controversy. In 2004, he was convicted for stabbing his former girlfriend, Teresa Halbert, a situation he later attributed to struggles with painkiller addiction. He received a sentence of 1 year house arrest and 2 years probation. Dick Slater, leaving behind a lasting legacy as a talented and influential wrestler, especially remembered for his contribution to Southern wrestling. His impact remains respected by fans and peers, securing his place in wrestling history. Miss Elizabeth, born Elizabeth Ann Hewlett on November 19, 1960, remains one of professional wrestling's most beloved and iconic figures. Often hailed as the First Lady of Wrestling, she left a lasting mark during the 1980s and 1990s, primarily through her role in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, alongside her then-husband, Macho Man Randy Savage. Elizabeth made her WWF debut in 1985 as the manager and companion to Randy Savage. Unlike many of the flamboyant, loud personalities in wrestling, her calm, graceful, and dignified presence stood out. She brought a unique elegance and poise to the chaotic world of professional wrestling, quickly earning the admiration and respect of fans. Her role was pivotal, often adding emotional depth to Savage's storylines and feuds. One of the most memorable aspects of her career was her on-screen and real-life relationship with Randy Savage, which captivated audiences. Their romance culminated in the famous Match Made in Heaven wedding at SummerSlam 1991, a major wrestling event that remains etched in fans' memories. Elizabeth frequently found herself at the heart of dramatic storylines, including the heated rivalry between Savage and Hulk Hogan in the late 1980s. This feud led to the creation of the Mega Powers, one of wrestling's most legendary alliances. In the 1990s, Elizabeth transitioned to World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where she continued to contribute to wrestling's evolving narrative as a respected and memorable figure. Tragically, Elizabeth died to acute toxicity from a drug overdose. Despite her legacy endures as a trailblazer for women in wrestling. Miss Elizabeth is remembered not only for her beauty and grace, but also for the emotional authenticity she brought to the sport, helping to shape the role of women in professional wrestling for years to come. Rick Drossen, born on July 12, 1944, was a remarkable American athlete whose impact spanned both professional wrestling and bodybuilding. Before entering the wrestling world, Drossen had already built a strong reputation as a bodybuilder, earning several prestigious titles, including the coveted Mr. California. His impressive, sculpted physique combined with natural charisma made him a standout figure in the fitness community. Transitioning from bodybuilding to professional wrestling in the 1970s and 1980s, Drossen competed in several well-known promotions, including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. His wrestling style was distinctively influenced by his bodybuilding background, allowing him to bring a powerful and energetic presence to the ring. Fans admired his high-octane performances and unique persona, which made him a memorable competitor during his active years. Beyond his time in the ring, Rick Drossen was deeply involved in the fitness world. He worked as a trainer, sharing his extensive knowledge of bodybuilding and health to help others achieve their fitness goals. Drossen also modeled for numerous fitness magazines, becoming a familiar face that inspired many to embrace a healthier lifestyle. His dedication to promoting wellness and strength extended far beyond his athletic achievements, influencing generations of fitness enthusiasts. Rick Drossen, but his legacy remains powerful. He is remembered as a trailblazer who successfully bridged the gap between bodybuilding and professional wrestling, leaving an indelible mark on both industries. His life story continues to inspire aspiring wrestlers, bodybuilders, and fans who admire his passion, determination, and lasting contributions to sports and fitness. Big John Studd, born John William Minton on February 19, 1948 in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a towering presence in professional wrestling throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Standing 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing over 300 pounds, Studd quickly made a name for himself after his debut in 1972. Known for his incredible size and strength, he became one of wrestling's most intimidating figures, capturing multiple championships, including the prestigious WWF, now WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Studd was perhaps best known for his fierce rivalry with Hulk Hogan, engaging in several memorable high-profile matches that helped shape the wrestling landscape of the era. One of his signature moments was the Big John Studd Body Slam Challenge, where he dared opponents to lift and slam him, offering a cash prize if they succeeded. This challenge became legendary and added to his reputation as an unstoppable force in the ring. Outside the spotlight, Studd faced personal battles, including struggles with weight and alcoholism. These challenges affected both his professional career and personal life, highlighting the hardships many wrestlers endure behind the scenes. Tragically, Studd's life was cut short when he from liver cancer at just 47 years old. His deeply affected the wrestling community, fans, and family alike. He left behind a wife and 2 children, and his passing was met with an outpouring of respect and remembrance. Big John Studd's legacy continues to live on through archived matches, documentaries, and tributes. He remains an inspiration to many wrestlers who followed in his footsteps, remembered as a larger-than-life personality whose impact on professional wrestling is still felt today. His story serves as a powerful reminder of both the triumphs and struggles within the wrestling world. Big John Quinn, born October 15, 1941, was a towering and unforgettable presence in professional wrestling, especially during the vibrant era of the 1970s and 1980s. Known for his massive frame, Standing impressively tall and weighing over 300 pounds, Quinn quickly made a name for himself as both a powerful competitor and a charismatic performer who could captivate wrestling fans with his blend of strength and personality. Quinn began his wrestling career in the early 1960s, working in various regional promotions where he honed his skills and built a reputation for being a dominant force in the ring. Throughout his career, he faced off against many of the biggest stars of the time, earning respect for his toughness and dedication. Fans admired his commanding presence and the intensity he brought to every match, which helped him become a favorite wherever he competed. What set Big John Quinn apart wasn't just his in-ring ability, but also his genuine connection with fans and peers alike. Known for his warm personality and generosity, he frequently took part in charitable efforts and community events, using his fame to give back and make a difference beyond wrestling. His kindness off the mat earned him admiration and left a lasting positive impact on those who knew him personally. Sadly, Quinn, but his legacy endures in the wrestling world. Remembered as a powerhouse athlete with a big heart, Big John Quinn left behind a rich legacy of unforgettable matches, fan loyalty, and acts of kindness. His influence continues to inspire wrestling fans and performers, keeping his memory alive long after his final bow. John Tenta, famously known as Earthquake, was a Canadian professional wrestler who left a lasting mark on the wrestling world with his unique blend of size, agility, and charisma. Before entering pro wrestling, Tenta had an impressive career in sumo wrestling in Japan. He made history as the first foreign-born wrestler to reach the rank of Sekitori, a high and respected status in sumo, showcasing his athleticism and discipline early on. Transitioning from sumo to professional wrestling, Tenta debuted in the WWF in the early 1990s and quickly rose to prominence. His Earthquake character was portrayed as a dominating, unstoppable force, an intimidating giant who could overpower opponents with ease. Fans and fellow wrestlers admired him for his surprising agility despite his massive size. His signature finishing move, the Earthquake Splash, where he would leap onto his fallen opponents from a standing position, became one of the most memorable power moves of the era. During his WWF tenure, Earthquake was involved in several high-profile rivalries, most notably with icons like Hulk Hogan and the Big Boss Man. These feuds helped cement his status as a key player in wrestling's golden age, bringing excitement and drama to fans worldwide. Later, Tenta wrestled in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, under the ring name Avalanche, continuing to showcase his powerful presence in the ring. Outside wrestling, he made appearances in television shows and films, further demonstrating his larger-than-life personality beyond the squared circle. Tragically, John Tenta's life was cut short when he, after a battle with cancer. Despite his early Earthquake's legacy endures as one of professional wrestling's most memorable and beloved big men, remembered fondly for his impact on the sport and the unforgettable moments he created. John Huber, better known by his ring name Luke Harper, was a professional wrestler born on December 16, 1979 in Rochester, New York. Before rising to fame in WWE, Huber built a solid foundation on the independent wrestling scene, competing in promotions like Chikara and Ring of Honor. His unique blend of power and agility set him apart, making him a standout talent. In 2012, Huber signed with WWE and quickly made an impact as Luke Harper. He gained widespread recognition as a key member of the Wyatt family, a dark and mysterious faction led by Bray Wyatt. Harper's portrayal of a wild, intimidating enforcer gave the group a chilling intensity that captivated audiences. The Wyatt family became one of WWE's most compelling acts, with Harper's presence adding depth and menace to their dynamic. Beyond the Wyatt family, Harper demonstrated versatility throughout his WWE career, Alongside Eric Rowan, he formed the Bludgeon Brothers, a dominant tag team that captured the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Harper's ability to combine hard-hitting moves with surprising agility for his size earned him respect from fans and peers alike. Tragically, John Huber, his came shortly after his illness was made public, shocking the wrestling world. The loss deeply affected his family, including his wife Amanda and their 2 children, as well as the entire wrestling community. Colleagues and fans remembered Huber not only for his impressive in-ring skills, but also for his kindness, professionalism, and dedication. Luke Harper's legacy lives on as a beloved figure in professional wrestling, one whose talent and spirit left a lasting mark on the industry. Luis Martinez, better known by his ring name Damian Priest, is an American professional wrestler currently signed to WWE, where he competes on the SmackDown brand. Standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches and weighing 249 pounds, Priest is a physically imposing figure, but his journey, a complex blend of cultural heritage, personal struggles, and professional triumphs, is what truly makes him a standout character in the wrestling world today. Born on September 26, 1982, in the heart of New York City, Priest grew up balancing 2 worlds, the rich Puerto Rican heritage of his family and the fast-paced multicultural environment of urban America. This duality influenced not only his personality but also his unique wrestling style, which combines raw power, athletic agility, and a brooding charisma. Over the years, Damian Priest has morphed from a promising independent circuit talent into one of WWE's most compelling and multi-dimensional superstars, a rising force who represents a new generation of wrestling performers with a mix of old-school grit and modern flair. Early life and wrestling beginnings, from New York streets to the Monster Factory. Luis Martinez's journey into wrestling was anything but straightforward. Growing up in New York City, he was exposed to a myriad of cultural influences, from the vibrant Puerto Rican community to the diverse artistic and musical scenes around him. This cultural melting pot shaped his tastes and personality early on, fostering an appreciation for music, street art, and the kind of rebellious spirit that would later define his wrestling persona. Martinez's initial exposure to wrestling came as a fan, captivated by the larger-than-life characters and the spectacle of the squared circle. Determined to turn his passion into a profession, he sought out training at the legendary Monster Factory in New Jersey. The Monster Factory, widely regarded as one of the top wrestling schools in the United States, has produced several stars who have gone on to find success in major promotions like WWE, AEW, and beyond. Under the tutelage of experienced trainers, Martinez developed a well-rounded wrestling style that emphasized both strength and technical skill. He also embraced the importance of character work, the ability to tell stories and connect with audiences through persona and presence. On the independent circuit, building a reputation. Martinez debuted as a professional wrestler on March 25, 2005. Over the next several years, he wrestled under various ring names and personas in independent promotions across the country, from the Northeast to the South. The independent scene was a tough proving ground, a place where young wrestlers had to pay their dues, sometimes performing for small crowds and minimal pay, all in pursuit of the dream to one day step onto WWE's global stage. During this time, Martinez honed his hard-hitting style, blending power moves with agility and an intense, almost gothic charisma. This dark and brooding aura set him apart from many contemporaries, helping him cultivate a niche fan base that appreciated his unique approach. His style was aggressive yet precise, and his in-ring storytelling conveyed a mysterious intensity. Arrival. A star is born in NXT. Martinez signed with WWE and and was rebranded as Damian Priest, a name that would soon become synonymous with a blend of dark mystique and athletic excellence. He debuted in WWE's developmental brand, NXT, where his gothic-inspired character took shape, a mix of rock star swagger, spiritual symbolism, and lethal in-ring prowess. In NXT, Priest quickly distinguished himself as a high-impact performer. His repertoire combined hard-hitting strikes, smooth transitions, and high-flying maneuvers, illustrating a versatility that few wrestlers possess at his size. His presence was magnetic, the brooding yet charismatic performer who seemed at once dangerous and captivating. NXT fans responded enthusiastically to Priest's persona as he was booked as a dominant force with a rebellious streak. He was not just another big man relying on brute strength. Priest's agility and charisma made him a standout. The transition to WWE main roster, Raw, and SmackDown. After proving his mettle in NXT, Priest transitioned to WWE's main roster, initially landing on the Raw brand. Here, he continued to refine his character and wrestling style, building a reputation as one of WWE's most dynamic rising stars. His mix of in-ring ability and striking looks quickly garnered a loyal following. Priest's character during this phase leaned heavily into his heel villain persona, a dark, enigmatic figure who exuded confidence and menace. He became known for a blend of arrogance and unpredictability, often accompanied by ominous entrance themes and dramatic ring attire that enhanced his rock star aura. The World Heavyweight Championship, a defining moment. Damian Priest's crowning achievement to date came when he captured the World Heavyweight Championship, a milestone that validated his rise to the top tier of WWE talent. This title reign was a breakthrough, marking him as a legitimate main event player and one of the company's most trusted champions. The championship win was a powerful moment for Priest, who had worked tirelessly to reach this pinnacle. It allowed him to showcase his skills against established stars and carry major storylines on a global platform. Fans saw glimpses of the full potential Priest had to be a dominant world champion, combining technical skill, storytelling ability, and a commanding presence. The Judgment Day, faction fame, and fallout. One of the most notable chapters in Priest's WWE story was his involvement with the Judgment Day, a villainous faction featuring Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. The faction became a major force on WWE programming, known for its dark themes, ruthless tactics, and compelling storylines. Priest's role in the Judgment Day showcased his ability to thrive in both singles and faction dynamics. However, behind the scenes, cracks reportedly began to form. According to wrestling journalists and backstage insiders, Priest grew frustrated with his position within the group, feeling overshadowed by Balor and Ripley, who often received the spotlight in key moments. Rumors suggested that WWE's creative team had various plans for Priest, including a potential storyline where he would betray the faction to assert himself as a solo star. Yet, these ideas were repeatedly delayed or changed, leading to uncertainty and tension. This backstage limbo was frustrating for Priest, who aspired to be seen as a top world title contender rather than a supporting player. Your creative indecision and the Band-Aid title win. When Priest unexpectedly won the World Heavyweight Championship, it sparked debate among fans and wrestlers alike. Some viewed the title change as a last-minute decision by WWE, a Band-Aid to keep storylines moving until a bigger star could take over the championship picture. Veteran wrestlers questioned whether WWE's leadership truly intended for Priest to hold the title long-term, or if he was simply a transitional champion designed to maintain momentum while grooming others like Gunther, Cody Rhodes, or returning Seth Rollins for the spotlight. This perception has led to inconsistencies in Priest's booking, with his portrayal swinging from dominant main eventer one week to a background player the next, the uncertainty has been visible to fans, fueling speculation about WWE's long-term plans for him. Injuries and physical toll, wrestling's hidden battle. Wrestling at Priest level demands peak physical conditioning, but it also exacts a heavy toll. Several reports indicate that Priest has been battling lower back issues and chronic knee pain, injuries that may have originated during his developmental days in NXT and worsened due to his high-impact style. Despite these concerns, WWE's medical team has reportedly cleared him to compete, but there is growing chatter that Priest may need a break to fully recover. The physical demands of WWE's summer schedule, including major pay-per-views like SummerSlam, make injury management critical. Rumors have circulated that Priest might drop the World Heavyweight Championship sooner than expected to allow for a recovery period. WWE is said to be preparing contingency plans, potentially involving a clean loss of the title or a surprise money in the bank cash-in scenario to keep storylines exciting. The fan base. Reaction, love, skepticism, and divided opinions. Damian Priest's recent shift from villain to hero, from heel to babyface, has stirred a divided reaction among WWE's passionate fans. While many appreciate the deeper layers added to his character, which now includes vulnerability, loyalty, and resilience, others lament the loss of the edgy darkness that initially made him compelling. Online communities like Reddit's Squared Circle and social media polls on platforms such as X, formerly Twitter, reveal fluctuating approval ratings for Priest. Fans who fell in love with his rebellious, anti-hero vibe often long for a return to that brooding style, similar to how Roman Reigns gradually transformed from a cocky outsider into the tribal chief. WWE's creative team appears aware of this split reaction and is reportedly debating whether to re-darken Priest's character without fully turning him heel again. This delicate balancing act could define his trajectory, solidifying him as a main event fixture or relegating him to mid-card obscurity. Hollywood on the horizon, Damian Priest's crossroads. Outside of wrestling, Priest's striking presence and charisma have caught the attention of Hollywood. Reports suggest that casting agents have shown interest in him for roles in action films, especially within superhero or supernatural genres that align with his gothic wrestling persona. Recently, WWE arranged for Priest to submit an audition tape to major studios, sparking speculation that he could follow in the footsteps of wrestling legends like The Rock, Batista, and John Cena, who successfully transitioned to acting careers. This potential shift could mean Priest balances a part-time wrestling schedule with film projects or even steps away from wrestling to pursue new opportunities. WWE appears to be planning storylines to maximize Priest's popularity and possibly secure his legacy as a WWE legend before any eventual departure. Character evolution and wrestling style, the complex blend of power and agility. What truly sets Damian Priest apart is his unique wrestling style and persona evolution. Unlike many wrestlers of his size, Priest combines power moves with remarkable agility and technical finesse. His matches often feature a fluid combination of stiff strikes, impactful slams, and high-risk aerial maneuvers, a contrast that surprises opponents and excites audiences. His gothic rock star-inspired persona draws heavily on cultural symbolism, tattoos, dark attire, and a rebellious attitude, making him instantly recognizable and marketable. Priest's natural charisma allows him to deliver promos with a smooth intensity that captures attention. Over the years, his character has evolved from a dark heel to a more relatable babyface, adding depth and nuance that reflect his real-life resilience and ambition. This adaptability could prove crucial, as WWE experiments with how best to position him in the future. Backstage relationships and professional challenges. Like many top WWE stars, Priest has faced professional challenges behind the scenes. The reported tensions within the Judgment Day faction hint at complex dynamics involving ego, ambition, and creative direction. Wrestlers of Priest's caliber often desire greater autonomy and spotlight, which can lead to friction when booking decisions don't align with their expectations. Creative indecision within WWE has been a source of frustration for multiple talents, and Priest is no exception. His reported dissatisfaction with being second fiddle reflects a common struggle for wrestlers who believe they are ready for a top-tier role but face uncertainty in storytelling priorities. What lies ahead for Damian Priest? Damian Priest's career currently stands at a pivotal crossroads. On one hand, he has attained milestones that many wrestlers never achieve: a world championship, mainstream recognition, and a devoted fan base. On the other, he must navigate injuries, backstage politics, shifting fan expectations, and the lure of Hollywood. How WWE manages Priest's booking in the coming months will be crucial. A return to his darker, edgier roots might rekindle fan enthusiasm and allow him to dominate the main event scene. Alternatively, a sustained babyface role emphasizing perseverance and connection with the crowd could expand his appeal. If injuries necessitate time off, WWE's creative team will need to carefully plan his title loss and eventual return to preserve momentum. And if Hollywood beckons, Priest's crossover success could inspire a new model of multi-platform stardom. Conclusion: a legacy in the making. Damian Priest's story is far from over. His journey from New York City to the Monster Factory, the independent circuit, NXT, and the WWE main roster has been marked by hard work, evolving artistry, and undeniable charisma. His physical gifts, combined with a compelling and adaptable character, give him the potential to become one of WWE's greats. The next chapter in Priest's career promises to be his most important yet. Whether he cements his legacy as a top WWE champion, breaks out as a Hollywood star, or strikes a balance between the two worlds. As the SmackDown brand continues to evolve and wrestling fans worldwide watch eagerly, Damian Priest remains a captivating figure to root for, debate, and admire. A dark star still rising, with many thrilling stories yet to tell.